All right, I'm joined by FX from Gardyn. How you doing, buddy?
Good. How about you?
Good. I love your background.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, this room full of gardens, so you cannot smell it, but it smells super good.
I can visualize it, and
Yeah,
then the smell comes.
exactly. We started
Um,
with a lot of produce, and now we're also a lot of flowers, so that makes a big difference.
yeah, let's talk about that. Gardyn with a Y, so Gardyn, is your company and products. It's really cool. Why don't you tell everybody here at the Spoon about Gardyn?
Yeah, absolutely. So I started gardening in 2018 with the view that, I think it's super important to have access to healthy food. And if you think about it, that's pretty hard, that's pretty expensive. The shelf life is pretty short. My background is technology, and I was thinking, can we use technology and in particular artificial intelligence to really change the game in this area? And that's what we've done with Garden. We've developed this device, and now we have several generations of them that actually you can grow enough food to have a big salad for your family every day. And actually doing it in a way that you have nothing to do. It's fully automated. Why? Because there are a lot of sensors, there are cameras, all that stuff that is enabling AI, artificial intelligence, to understand what's going on your device and manage it for you, so that you don't need any green thumb, any time or any space, nothing to actually enjoy amazing food.
And that's helpful because me, myself, and a bunch of people don't have that green thumb and we don't know how to keep things going. And like you said, you have the AI assistant that helps with the growing of it. Now, the actual pods themselves are pretty small.
Correct. So that's the model we're taking is how can we make it so easy that anybody can really use it. So we have these little pods. Actually, these pods are made of compostable material. It looks like plastic, but actually it's made out of corn. And what we can do
And
with this is it's like a K-cup, or an espresso thing. You plug the capsule and the system takes over. It's going to grow the plant for you. So you're in your app, you say, hey, I would like tomatoes, I'd like zucchinis, I'd like, rosemary, whatever you want. You get it by traditional mail in an ice box. These are these white cubes, these little capsules. You plug them in the system and it grows.
now the customers buying that from you, right? Those little
Correct.
capsules.
Correct.
And are you talking to like third parties to maybe potentially work with other people on that, or is it just always going to come from you? You think?
So we'll see. We're pretty open to things. So far, what we've seen is it was super easy to partner with people, and we're already doing it to
Hmm.
partner to get amazing seeds. So that's part also of our mission. We want to, at the end of the day, if you think about what the industry has done, they have really standardized seeds. They are always the same seeds they're using, and they are standardized because they want seeds that are drought resistant, pesticide resistant, transportation resistant, and so on. We don't care. So part of our mission is, can we unearth amazing plants, varieties that our grandmothers were growing like
Mm.
200 years ago, and
Hmm.
bring them back to life? And that's what we're doing. So we are partnering with small farms in the US. We are really finding amazing seeds, always organic, non-GMO, heirloom, and we are bringing these seeds to gardening and to our customers.
That's awesome how you brought that idea up of yeah, there's so much in this industry where like the seeds have to be a certain way or
Correct.
the bringing up the produce that way, and this way you can like go back and say, hey, we just want the actual beginning of this plant or fruit
Yeah,
or
yeah,
vegetable.
absolutely. And the other thing is most people don't know, but when you buy produce at your grocery store, this produce typically has been harvested several weeks before. Research shows that after a few days, produce have already lost 30% of their nutrients. So after a few weeks, there is nothing left, which is,
Mm.
you're like, hey, I'm going to go to a grocery store, I'm going to pay a lot of money to buy this produce. But actually, this is just water. So that's also what we're trying to change with food that you're growing at home. It's seconds, minutes between harvest and your plate. And that means what you're going to eat is going to be super tasty, super fresh, but it's going to
Yeah.
be packed with nutrients. And that makes a big difference.
It's so disconcerting to when I go to the vegetables in the grocery store
Yeah.
and go,
Yeah.
I think this one's okay, like that's 100%. Now on the website I saw this thing where like the actual cube, there was like a cube that made
Yeah.
three heads of lettuce.
Yeah.
I thought that was fascinating. I was
Yeah.
kind of confused on how that even happened.
Yeah, that's a great question, and the reason it's we are producing so much on the garden is several reasons. The first one is we've developed this technology. It's called Hyperponics. And this is the highest density of food you can grow on something. That's a big breakthrough. So that's one. But the second thing also you need to understand is when you buy a head of lettuce at your grocery store, the guys in the fields have grown this head of lettuce. Then they harvest it, they chopped it, and what you're getting is this chopped head of lettuce. But actually, most of the work for the plant is to grow the root system. Once the root system is developed, the plant can actually thrive for months. And that's what our grandmothers were
Oh,
doing in their gardens. In the past, you had this big lettuce in your garden, you were just taking a few leaves, and the plant was keeping growing. This is as simple as this. That's the natural way. We've
yeah.
forgotten about it, but that's the natural way. We are doing this on garden. When you have a Y cube you plug on your garden, it's gonna grow a head of lettuce. This lettuce you're gonna eat on for months, and that's true of every plant of garden. So forget about I chopped, I eat a bit, I throw it away. That's not the way to go. The natural way is
Yeah.
I'm gonna eat a bit of it. The big leaves around, I leave the small leaves in the middle, and they're gonna just grow back. And within a week, you'll have your head of lettuce back, and you're gonna keep doing it
Back.
for
Yeah.
months. And that's a game changer because that means there is no waste, and you're
Hmm.
really optimizing what you can get out of the food just the natural way.
When we're speaking of lettuce specifically, that's how I want a salad anyhow. I always like go for just the pieces I want.
Yeah.
And so that's you're talking my language because like that's how I would make a salad is like I would take it off these things. So speaking to that, I want this. What is the rollout plan or is it it's not available yet, right?
It is. It is. It's
Oh,
been
it is.
available. Oh, yeah, yeah, absolutely. We've been selling in the market. We've been available for many years now. So we
Okay.
started the company in 2018. We had the first generation of Gardyn released in 2020, early 2020.
Okay.
We have a second generation we released end of last year, and we're working on a lot of stuff coming up. I cannot tell you more, but a lot of stuff coming up.
I was gonna
Uh,
ask you. All
yeah, yeah,
right. I
yeah, yeah,
was
yeah. You'll see. You need to wait a bit, but that's going to be amazing. Um, the way it's working is very simple. In my mind, what I love with Garden is you have nothing to do. It's fully automated. You have amazing, tasty food. The device looks great, so you can really not just put it in your kitchen or somewhere. You can have it in your living room. It's really a piece of art, and in my mind, this is really important because that's how it's your home. You want to feel great
hmm
about it. Now, if you tell me, hey, how much does it cost? How do I buy this? We've really also pushed the envelope to make sure that would be accessible to as many people as possible. So we're offering a lot of financing around this. At the end of
Okay.
the day, yeah, at the end of the day, it costs you $60 per month to have everything, to have the device, to have all the foods you want, all the automation, everything. So it's like $2 per day. And with this $60 per month, roughly, you're going to produce between $100 and $120 worth of produce. So
Mm-hmm.
that's a lot. That means you're going to save, 20, 40% on your grocery bill. And that's something that, people suddenly very often don't realize. What I love with Garden is, it's not about spending money. It's actually saving money. You're
Mm-hmm.
already spending your money. You're already going to the grocery store. What we want, and in particular in these times of high inflation, we want to make sure that you can have access to healthy food with no inflation and really saving money every day.
Yeah, and I think the health angle is a huge part of it, obviously, when it comes to the vegetables and
The
fruits.
health angle, the thing I'm really surprised, I was not expecting, to be honest with you, is the connection that people have. We design garden thinking this is super important to give healthy produce to people. What we're seeing is that's true, but we have a lot of people telling us, I love my garden for all the reconnection. It's very emotional. It's really,
Mm-hmm.
why? Because people are super proud of what they're growing. And in particular, a lot of people have no green thumb, and for the first time in their life, they are able to grow stuff and
Right.
very
Yeah.
successfully and brag about it to their friends. But
Look what I made. Yeah.
yeah, and but the cool thing is we have, for example, parents telling us, you know what? I'm spending so much time with my kids off screens, looking at the garden, looking at the plants, caring and so on. That this is amazing. This is reconnecting with your family and so on. So in my mind, this is important. When I see all these people telling us, I feel so good, it's so grounded and so reconnected with nature, with my family and so on. That's part of what we're trying to do.
Yeah. And especially with the flower part, like that's right behind you,
Yeah.
it's like it just changes the room of the mood of the room. So,
We've
yeah.
we've introduced a few months ago sunflowers. So
Oh,
imagine,
there
you
you
know,
go.
yeah, we're going into summer, into winter now. Imagine you're growing sunflowers in your living room in the middle of winter. You have snow outside, and you have these amazing, sunflowers. That's really what we're trying to bring.
Well, it feels like the future. That's I always love talking to people. With these videos that are bringing the future to reality and to
Yeah,
present, and growing your own stuff inside your home in these small spaces. It feels like the future to me. So I'm going to be a customer for one thing.
yeah,
I'm not
please.
supposed to put that out there, but I am 100%. FX, thanks so much for sharing
Yeah,
Gardyn with us.
this is
And
exciting.
please come back on the spoon sometime soon to give us updates that I want to hear about.
We'll do absolutely, and keep stay posted for all the good things that is coming. That's gonna be pretty amazing.
I'm excited.
Take
Thanks,
care. Bye
thanks,
bye.
FX.